It was just past midnight when Emily Carter, a single mother of two, pulled into a dimly lit gas station on the outskirts of town. Her gas gauge blinked red, her kids were asleep in the back seat, and she was running on fumes, not just in her car, but in life. Bills, double shifts, and a failing old minivan had worn her down. All she wanted was to fill up and get home safely. As she stepped out of the car, 3 men loitering near the station's entrance started making crude remarks. She tried to ignore them, keeping her head low, but their voices grew louder, meaner. One of them, a tall man in a leather jacket, sauntered closer, smirking. "Hey, sweetheart," he sneered. "What's a pretty thing like you doing here all alone this late?" Emily froze. Her heart pounded. "Just getting gas," she whispered. The man laughed, circling her car. "Maybe we keep you company." Her hands trembled as she reached for her phone, but he snatched it away. "Now, that's not polite," he said, tossing it to his buddy. Her eyes darted toward the gas station attendant, but he looked away, pretending to restock the shelves. No help was coming. Inside the car, her 5-year-old son stirred and called softly, "Mommy?" That single word, that tiny voice, must have carried across the parking lot, because just then, the deep rumble of engines filled the air. Headlights cut through the dark, and a line of motorcycles rolled in, chrome glinting under the fluorescent lights. The thugs turned, squinting. A dozen bikers, leather vests, tattoos, and steel eyes, surrounded the station in seconds. At their front was a massive man with a silver beard and a calm but dangerous look. His patch read, "Guardians MC." "Is there a problem here?" he asked, voice low and even. The thugs laughed nervously. "Nah, just talking." The biker stepped closer until he was face to face with the tall one. "Doesn't sound like talking," he said. "Sounds like harassment." One of the other bikers, a woman with a bandana and fierce eyes, walked up to Emily and gently handed her the phone the thug had taken. "You okay, honey?" she asked softly. Emily nodded, tears brimming in her eyes. The leader gave a short nod, and the bikers closed ranks. The thugs backed away, their bravado gone. "We were just leaving," one muttered, and they disappeared into the night as quickly as they'd come. Emily stood there shaking, adrenaline coursing through her veins. "Thank you," she whispered. "I didn't know what to do." The leader smiled faintly. "You don't have to thank us. We look out for people. That's what we do." As she pumped her gas, the bikers stayed, a silent wall of protection around her and her kids. When she finished, one of them followed her home at a distance to make sure she got there safely. The next morning, she found a small note tucked under her windshield wiper. It read, "No one should ever feel alone. The Guardians." Emily framed that note on her fridge. Months later, she organized a fundraiser for the biker group, discovering they weren't criminals or outlaws at all. They were veterans and blue-collar workers who'd made it their mission to protect the vulnerable and stand up against injustice. The night that had once filled her with fear became the turning point in her life, a reminder that true strength often wears unexpected faces, and that kindness, even from strangers in leather jackets, can restore your faith in humanity. In a world that often feels cold and divided, Emily's story became one she told over and over, proof that sometimes, angels ride motorcycles. Motorcycle Dizzy.